Hello students. In the last lecture we have discussed regarding the preparation of preparation of colloids. That is soul only. Preparation of some sols. And in the today's lecture we are going to discuss the purification of soul. So whatever soul we are preparing by using the method, that is chemical method or peptidation or Briggs method. Okay. They actually contain some impurities, and along with that there is a electrolyte. Along with that there is a electrolyte which may contain the colloidal solution. And for that, so if we require to decrease the quantity of impurities or decrease the quantity of electrolyte, we go for the purification. So what is purification in case of colloidal solution? Okay, so purification of colloidal solution, what it means that it means that to minimize the concentration of dissolved impurities to certain minimum level. Is called as purification. Okay, so if we purify entire impurities or entire electrolyte from the colloidal solution, what will happen? Okay, if we remove all the particles of electrolyte, okay, then the colloidal solution will not be stable. Okay, it will get converted into true solution. Okay, and some amount of electrolyte is required for stability. Some amount of electrolyte is required for the stability. So what is the purification? Purification is the process used for reducing the amount of impurities to requisite minimum quantity. It's called as purification, or in simple words, to minimize the concentration of dissolved impurities to certain minimum level is called as purification. Now this purification we can do by the means of three different ways. And the first way is dialysis. So all you heard this word dialysis. Okay, सभी लोगों ने डायलिसिस को सुना है. किसी भी एक इंसान को अगर किडनी की कोई बीमारी होती है या फिर किडनीज काम नहीं करते तो ब्लड का डायलिसिस किया जाता है, और वो डायलिसिस के ऊपर एक शीटे उनका जो इम्प्योर ब्लड है उसको प्यूरिफाई किया जाता है. ठीक है, so first what we have is dialysis. Okay, so what is done in case of dialysis? Okay, dialysis it is a process of removing dissolved substances from the colloidal solution by the means of diffusion through suitable material or suitable medium. So it is a process of removing dissolved substances from colloidal solution. by means of diffusion through certain membrane. So what is done actually in the dialysis? Dialysis, here we will take one container, okay, and that continuous flow of water is there, okay, and there is a bag, okay, which consists of colloidal solution. So this your colloidal solution is there. Colloidal solution. So what happens? Wherever the bag which is made up of certain material, okay, what kind of material it is? It may be cellophane sheet, it may be animal membrane, okay, or it may be parchment paper. Okay, so this bag is made up of cellophane, parchment paper, or animal membrane. And in that particular bag, we are taking the colloidal solution. Now, what we know that what is the diffusion? Okay, what happens when water comes in contact with this membrane? Okay, so impurities. What we are calling it as impurities. What are the impurities in the colloidal solution? Okay, this impurity contains one, that is electrolyte. And another one is what? Dissolved substances. So now both dissolved substances and this electrolyte, okay, they may be in the form of ions. Whenever we call it as electrolyte, it goes into the solution as ions. Or in the form of molecules, small molecules. Okay, dissolved substance, they may be in the form of molecules. Now, when we subject this colloidal solution for a diffusion, okay, for dialysis, what happens? This membrane allows only the what? Ions and molecules. Okay, only allow pass through this membrane only molecules and ions, and not the colloidal particles. Why they are not passing through this membrane? Because the particle size of colloidal particle is higher than the ions and molecules. Okay, and that's why this membrane, whatever it may be animal membrane, or it may be parchment paper, or it may be cellophane. These membranes allow only the dissolved substances, that is ions and molecules, may pass through this membrane and goes into the water. Okay, now there is a continuous flow of water, so the water around this bag is continuously changing. Okay, and what happens? These dissolved substances go through with water, and what will remain inside the bag? This is what your pure colloidal solution. Only pure colloidal solution will remain inside the bag, and the colloidal particles does not pass through that membrane because of their larger particle size. Okay, this is the way to do the dialysis, and this is the first way for the purification of colloid. In the second case, what we use, that is called as electrodialysis. Okay, now this electrodialysis is very different from the regular dialysis. Okay, and when it is used, okay, whenever the impurities in the colloidal solution are only what? Electrolyte. Only electrolyte is present as an impurity in the colloidal solution. That process, and that's why we apply the electrodes. We apply the electrodes inside the vessel. Okay, and what happens now? Only impurity is electrolyte. What it means that it is in the form of ions, dissolved in the form of ions. So the ions move through this membrane. Okay, negative ion will move towards the positive electrode, and positive ion will move towards the negative electrode. Okay, and what happens? You will get the pure colloidal solution. So this is the second method for the purification. What it is called as a electrodialysis. And what is the difference between dialysis and electrodialysis? Whenever we do dialysis, we are not using electrodes. Okay, but whenever we use electrodialysis, we are using the electrodes. But for the colloidal solution, what type of colloidal solution we have to choose for the electrodialysis? The colloidal solution only contains impurity as a electrolyte. Okay, if it contains other substances, then we don't go for this electrodialysis. Okay, so we have to do simple dialysis. Okay, and the third method for the purification is what it is called as ultra purification. Filtration. Ultra filtration. Now, filter paper. Okay, all of you know the filter paper. Okay, if we try to filter the colloidal solution from the filter paper, what happens? The entire solution comes down. Okay, if you keep the funnel, okay, with the filter paper, and if you pour the solution, colloidal solution, what happens? Entire solution comes down. Why? Because the pore size, what it is? Pore size of normal filter paper is bigger than the colloidal particles, and that's why all colloidal particles along with the impurities they will come down. Okay, so normal filter papers are not useful for the ultrafiltration of what? Colloidal solution, and for that purpose, what we can do? We will enhance the filter paper. Okay, and filter paper, the quality of filter paper can be enhanced by using collodion. What it is? Collodion. So if we use collodion, okay, to improve the pore size of the, or to reduce the pore size of filter paper, okay, the collodion will get attached with the filter paper. They will get going to reduce the pore size, and now we can able to filter the colloidal solution. So what are the colloidals used generally? So generally used it is 4%. Collodion generally used it is 4% solution of sodium nitrocellulose. What it is? Nitrocellulose. We can use nitrocellulose in the mixture of alcohol or ether. In alcohol or ether. So what we have to do? We have to take 4% solution of nitrocellulose in alcohol or ether. Take a filter paper, keep in that solution. Okay, soak for some time. Okay, and then dry with formaldehyde. Okay, then the paper is dried with what? harden or dry to formaldehyde. Okay, and then we are going to use that particular paper for the ultrafiltration. Okay, and the ultrafiltration can be increases. The rate of ultrafiltration is very slow. Why? Because now we are reducing the pore size. Okay, we are reducing the pore size. What it means that very slowly the filtration will take place, and to increase the filtration, okay, increase the filtration rate, what we can use, we can apply the ratio on the colloidal solution, or we can use the suction pump to increase the filtration. Okay, now whatever comes from the filter paper, that contains only what? Colloidal particles. Colloidal particles, and all the impurities go down. Okay, now collect this colloidal particles, okay, and mix with the dispersion medium. Dispersion medium. What you will get? You will get a pure colloidal solution. So this is what our ultrafiltration. This is what our ultrafiltration. So what is important in ultrafiltration? Filter paper, okay, with how it is soap in 4% microcellulose, and harden with formaldehyde. Why we are doing this? To reduce the pore size. तो क्या कर रहे हो? अल्ट्राफिल्ट्रेशन कर रहे हो, नॉर्मल फिल्टर पेपर यूज नहीं कर सकते हो। क्यों नहीं यूज कर सकते हो? क्योंकि जो नॉर्मल फिल्टर पेपर के होल रहेंगे वो ज्यादा बड़े रहेंगे साइज में, जिससे क्या होने वाला है, आपके कोलाइडल पार्टिकल भी नीचे चले आने वाले। समझ में आया? फिल्ट्रेशन जब भी आप करोगे तो कोलाइडल पार्टिकल भी उस होल से नीचे आएंगे। ठीक है, तो ऐसा हुआ तो क्या प्यूरिफिकेशन का कुछ मतलब ही नहीं है। ठीक है, तो हमें प्यूरिफिकेशन करना है, हमें कोलाइडल पार्टिकल्स कलेक्ट करने हैं, तो उस फिल्टर पेपर का जो होल का साइज है, पोर का साइज है, उसको हमें रिड्यूस करना पड़ेगा। अब ये रिड्यूस कैसा किया जाता है? रिड्यूस करने के लिए एक मटेरियल हम यूज करते हैं जिसको हम क्या बोल रहे हैं? कोलिडियम बोल रहे हैं। ठीक है, और इस कोलिडियम में क्या होता है? तो कैसे कोलिडियम एक मटेरियल है जो फिल्टर पेपर की पार्टिकल साइज रिड्यूस करने के लिए यूज कर रहे हैं। अभी कौन से टाइप का कोलिडियम हम अल्ट्राफिल्ट्रेशन के लिए यूज करते हैं? 4% सॉल्यूशन ऑफ नाइट्रोसेल्यूलोज यूज करते हैं। किसमें? अल्कोहल या फिर ईथर में। यही क्यों यूज किया जा रहा है? क्योंकि ये इवेपोरेट जल्दी होते हैं, बॉइलिंग पॉइंट लो है, तो नॉर्मल टेंपरेचर को अगर फिल्टर पेपर को हमने सोक करके रख दिया, वापस जब भी निकालोगे तो ये जल्दी ड्राई हो जाएगा। जल्दी क्या हो जाएगा? ड्राई हो जाएगा। लेकिन सिर्फ ड्राई चलेगा क्या? नहीं चलेगा। क्यों? क्योंकि अगर फिल्ट्रेशन का रेट बढ़ाना है तो हम क्या कर रहे हैं? एक तो प्रेशर अप्लाई कर रहे हैं या फिर सक्शन पंप यूज कर रहे हैं। तो हमें वो फिल्टर पेपर हार्ड भी चाहिए, ओके, ताकि ये प्रेशर अप्लाई करने के बाद वो टूटना नहीं चाहिए, या फिर सक्शन पंप यूज करने के बाद फटना भी नहीं चाहिए नीचे से। ठीक है, तो इसके लिए हम उसको हार्ड नहीं कर रहे। किससे हार्ड कर रहे हैं? फॉर्माल्डिहाइड से। ओके, फॉर्माल्डिहाइड यूज करके उसको क्या कर रहे हैं? हार्ड कर रहे हैं। अभी पोर साइज डिक्रीज हो गई, फिल्टर पेपर अच्छे से रेडी हो गया है, तो क्या करो? उसको फिल्ट्रेशन के लिए लगा दो। ठीक है, अगर ठीक से मतलब फास्ट फिल्ट्रेशन नहीं हो रहा है तो ऊपर से प्रेशर अप्लाई करो, या फिर नीचे से सक्शन पंप अप्लाई करके इसको सक करो। ठीक है, क्या आएगा फिल्टर पेपर के ऊपर? फिल्टर पेपर के ऊपर आपको ओनली कोलाइडल पार्टिकल्स मिलेंगे। ये कोलाइडल पार्टिकल्स जो मिले हैं उसको कलेक्ट करो। ओके, इसको कलेक्ट करो और वापस एक बार प्योर डिस्पर्शन मीडियम के साथ मिक्स करो। आपको क्या मिल जाएगा, प्योर कोलाइडल सॉल्यूशन मिल जाएगा। ठीक है, दिस इज रिगार्डिंग द अल्ट्रा फिल्ट्रेशन। ओके, so we have studied 3 different methods for the purification of colloidal solution. First is dialysis, second is electrodialysis, third one is ultrafiltration. What is the difference between dialysis and electrodialysis? In dialysis, just we are using water and a membrane filter, but in electrodialysis we are along with the membrane filter and water we are using the electrode. But the colloidal solutions used for the electrofiltration, they only contains electrolyte as a impurity. If there are dissolved substance, then there is a difficulty for the purification. Okay, now we will move for the our next point, that is properties of colloidal solution. Okay, and in that first property we are going to study, that is colligative properties. Colligative properties. Okay, and what are those? We have studied the solution, osmotic pressure, elevation of boiling point, and diffraction of fizzing point. So these are colligative properties, and vapor pressure. Another one is lowering of vapor pressure. So these are the colligative properties of solution. Okay, and what we are using, we are studying colloidal solution. Now, whenever we discuss this property in case of solution, okay, what we are saying that dissolved electrolyte, okay, this much gram of electrolyte is dissolved in this much amount of solvent, okay, and what will be the molecular mass, okay, what will be the what we are saying that the boiling point of pure solvent is increased by this much, freezing point is decreased by this much, osmotic pressure is increased by this much. Okay, that we are saying, and we are interested in calculating the molecular masses. Okay, here if we think about the colloidal solutions, okay, what is the difference between normal solution and colloidal solution? Okay, so normal solution contains ions or molecules. Correct? Normal solution contains ions or molecules. But whenever we consider colloidal solution, what they contain? They contain aggregate of molecules, ions or atoms. Okay, so whenever we think about the colligative properties, osmotic pressure, elevation, diffraction, what happens as the number of ions present in the normal solution, okay, can be determined by the concentration. Okay, and whatever concentration, whatever the number we are saying, okay, so everywhere the ions, that much amount of molecules or that much amount of ions are present in the solution. Okay, so the particle size, what we are saying here in the normal solution, that is fixed for the entire solution. Okay, but whenever we think about the colloidal solution, the molecules, ions, they are going to form aggregates. Okay, they are going to form aggregate. What it suggests that the number of particles is always less than actual concentration. The number of particles present in the colloidal solution, they are less than the actual concentration. Why? Because the molecules and ions or atoms, they are going to form an aggregate. So large amount of atoms, molecules come together to form a colloidal particle, and that's why what happens? The actual concentration and the number of particles varies. But here, whatever the concentration, that much particles are present over here in the normal solution, and that's why the colligative properties always decreases. Okay, colligative properties are always lower, okay, or decreases than the true solution, or the values of colligative properties for colloidal solution, what we are getting, they are always low than the true solution. Okay, than the true solution. If we compare the solution of one of the electrolyte or one of the substance as a true solution, and the same substance is forming colloidal solution, the value of these colligative properties are lower in case of colloidal solution. Why? Because they are aggregating, okay, together. But in the true solution, they are in the separate state. They may be in the ion or in the molecule, and that's why values are high. Okay, so they are affecting more on these properties. But here, as the particles are aggregating, they are not going to affect that much, and that's why they will be lower. Okay, so this is the case regarding the colloidal solution and their colligative properties. Okay, the remaining part, the Tyndall effect, then Brownian movement, okay, we will discuss in the color of and then charge on the particles, we will discuss in the next lecture. Thank you.